And we're live.
Hi, welcome to If I Did It, a show where we analyze and solve PR kerfuffles from the world of the MMA and beyond. I'm Alexi Gold, your
I'm laughing to
host.
see Alexi dressed as Eugene Robinson.
Exactly. My name is Eugene S. Robinson.
Yeah.
You know, you were such an inspiration, Eugene, with the suit that you were wearing on that three-way. Man, it's just.
Man, I'm doing my part. Preaching, teaching, sharing.
Doesn't even know what color
Sharing.
it is. Being colorblind.
All right, I'm sorry. I stepped all over your intro. Do it.
No,
Yes.
come on. This is what it's all about. It's about the chaos and wrangling kerfuffles and wrangling each other. So my name is Alexi Old, your host, and I'm joined by Kid Native Bloody Elbow and Eugene S. Robinson from Aussie.com and author of Fight Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Ass Kicking, but We're Afraid to Get Your Ass Kicked for Asking.
Nice!
4 times.
Hey, Nate, you might learn something from this kid.
Yeah. If I read notes, I get heckled by the fans. If I don't read notes, I get it wrong. So, you know.
Hey, you know what? My mother called me this week, and she's a super big fan of Alexi. She just went crazy for the If I Did It show. She was like, "You guys could be huge. You could be on network. You could be ESPN. This guy Alexi really puts it over the top." I was like, "Easy, ma, easy." So
Thank you, Mama
gotta vote
Robinson.
for Ma.
All right, there you go. That's how I know I'm doing the job right.
There you go.
Speaking of doing the job right, and also situations where people love and hate it, can you let us know, Nate, why people should be listening to you and the advice you give?
Kid Nate Wilcox is a PR and political professional with 15 years experience, award-winning prizes, etc., Fortune 500 companies, John Kerry, Mark Warner, what do you need to know? Firestone, Crisis, that's it. Yeah, there you go.
And you, Eugene.
I like eggs. There you go. Those are my credentials. That and
Meister.
the fact that I've written the book and have been a media professional since 1977, which is, I guess, when I got paid for the first time for a piece I wrote. So the rest you can see in the intro.
Well, now you are TJ Dillashaw, Eugene.
And
Ah,
your credits,
yeah.
Alexi. You didn't do your resume. You were in a suit, but that's not.
I am an author. I am an attorney. I am a consultant. I help people out with their kerfuffles, legal and PR. I've been doing it for the past 17, 18 odd years. And now I'm here to help the PR world of MMA with their problems. So, Eugene, you are TJ Dillashaw. You just abandoned Team Alpha Male. Abandon your boys.
Abandon's a
Abandon
strong word. Leading
Well,
question.
No,
Objection.
I think it's
Well,
we
We need to bring up the passion and the fury. You abandoned your mentor and abandoned California, the Golden State, for Elevation Fight Team in Colorado. How do you handle the animosity you have created by your departure?
I don't know that there's so much animosity, but it's a strange thing. What you essentially said is, after you step in dog shit, how do you not step in dog shit? You know, you've already stepped in the dog shit. You could have said, Dillashaw, he's married, right? You could have said, my wife has got frickin' TB, and we need the change in climes. We wanted to be able to afford a house. California is just too expensive. We can't do it. We had to move to Colorado. Wanted to be closer to a sick relative or a mother. There were a million gajillion other things he could have said other than, this doesn't mean I'm not down with Team Alpha Male. Of course, that's exactly what it means. Don't you know the first rule of speak? It's like, this has nothing to do with me getting caught with that prostitute. Of course, it has everything to do. It's like when a guy says, this is not about the money, it is about the money. You should have just solved something. Because what do you mean? I'm moving to Colorado for 6 months. I need the altitude. I need to work on my cardio. I need to anything else other than this, mothball mouth thing about we're still buddies. Sure, of course. This is what buddies do to each other.
Well, he said he was getting paid also, like, to train as opposed to paying to train.
Yeah, who's paying it?
Elevation Fight Team.
Sponsors. That's what they do. The Black Zillions. They pay you to train. I don't know why my glasses are steaming up, but
because you're excited.
I know. I'm pumped. But Eugene, you got everything backwards. This guy's doing everything right. He's building the biggest money fight he can build, which is with Uriah Faber, his ex-coach.
Yeah.
This is the logical culmination. You got to monetize all the attention that they're getting with this Faber versus Bang Ludwig thing going on.
Yeah, but it's inside the fence. It hasn't risen to the.
Not inside the fence. It's been huge traffic. Faber versus Bang has been huge traffic on the websites. MMA
and Conor
hours.
McGregor also has, he has it's mentioned it. He talked about the snake. You got a snake in the grass, and
Yeah, Conor's doing his part to mix. Conor's doing the mixing. He's a born mixer. The Let's You and Him fight game is strong with Conor. So
you know what? I as of yesterday or 2 days ago decided that I'm deeply in love with Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah, you've finally been converted, huh?
You know why? No, I always liked him, but now
you're deeply in love. Why?
You know why?
Why?
The $100 million gambit.
You think because he's like gonna make it rain by talking money, invoking round figures? And...
No, he didn't do it like a dumbass. He said, look, look, let's sit down and look at the numbers. You don't have to know shit, but this is the number of people you have in the arena. These are the number of people who are paying $66 to get it pay-per-view. These are fixed numbers. These are not magical unknown knowns. These are known knowns, And now let's see if like David.
I'd say they were known unknowns.
Like Sting's manager said, what happens if Sting doesn't show up tonight? What happens to those figures if McGregor doesn't show up tonight? And we all know the answer to that. So that means if I'm making you $500 million, $100 million is not a lot to ask.
$500 million? They're not making $500 million.
I'm throwing figures out there. Math is not my strong suit.
But I guess the point is that Conor McGregor is showing that he's not only a draw. Like he doesn't only just bring value because he's a draw. He is actually establishing matches for other people. Like he claims that now I started this whole feud between Dillashaw and Faber, at least brought attention to it on the show and in interviews. And now they're going to monetize that. So I am an asset to the UFC because not only am I bringing myself up, I'm also helping other fighters, which is funny because a lot of the fighters are like, oh, I hate this guy, he's all about himself. But at the end of the day, you can't really argue with the fact that he did sow the seeds. Not to say he started the feud, but in terms of
he blew it up, and he blew it up on Fox Sports 1, and he's bringing eyeballs to it. And TJ did the exact right thing by breaking with Team Alpha Male and breaking in an ugly way. Taking Eugene's advice would have been foolhardy. Like, he wants to stir shit. Build this up. Let people get angry. Build on the Bang versus Faber thing. Put yourself in the middle of it. TJ on Bang's side. Faber on Faber's side.
No.
Everybody gets paid.
No. You could put a Conor McGregor beard on it. You could put Conor McGregor glasses on it. You could put a Conor McGregor suit on it. It won't make it Conor McGregor.
He's not Scottish.
Whatever. I think the thing is, it probably was a good move, but we've seen these cases when guys try to chael Sonnen it, when guys try to, it's really.
TJ didn't go outside his comfort zone. He's just making a move, and people are going to react to it. He's not wearing a Conor McGregor glasses.
Anyway, also, what I like about Conor McGregor positing himself as an asset is because there's an implied threat. I love that implied threat. I'm a real asset to the corporation.
Right.
Asset.
Yep.
Right. You know what's being said there? What's being said there is that I'm an asset or I'm a deficit. I could help you a lot, or by choosing not to help you, hurt you quite a bit.
Well, speaking of help and hurt, what about Urijah Faber? How do you spin a critical defection in wake of your media crucifixion of Bang Ludwig?
I think, where, to quote Diana Ross again, tell me where the road turns. Where was Faber going to go from here anyway? Kid Nate is right in this instance. I mean, this is probably a good thing for Faber. I mean, it's breathed the breath of life into Urijah Faber, because I didn't really see any place for him to go.
He's been in the Lost Battalion for years now. If they tried to push him into another title shot that had no motivation, people would be like, we've seen Urijah Faber lose title shots so many times. But now that he's fighting his boy, and it's bitter, and it's angry, and there's Bang Ludwig, and there's Faber, and there's racism, and talks about money, and
so what should he do? What should I mean, is there anything that Urijah can do?
Running his mouth, keep trashing Bang, start trashing TJ, start trashing McConnor, just talk shit and fight. That's all he needs to do. He's
Nah,
doing a
but
great
I
job.
think this is a tempest in a teapot. I mean, you're looking at stats, so I'm guessing that you've got an inside edge on it. But
People care
to me,
about this Faber versus Bang stuff. They really do. They clicks. They
really?
clicks. Yes.
Man, it's not. From my point of view, it doesn't seem like it's gaining much purchase at all. But like I'm on the outside,
But think about it from another level too, Eugene. You have a situation where did people care at all about T.J. Dillashaw and who he's fighting other than Dominic Cruz? You have a situation where he, by defecting, has set up a situation that assuming, well, whether he wins or loses, if he beats Cruz or if Cruz fights, he has this dynamic where all his former teammates can now change weight classes and try to take revenge. I mean, if they play it correctly, it'd be a fascinating kind of dynamic to set up that was not there before.
Chad Mendez.
Yeah, everyone. Just think about it. All those. I mean, think about this. You come from a situation in which it was disadvantageous to have everyone hovering around the same weight class because they're all boys and bros and having dick cakes together and all this kind of bullshit. Now that one has left, the most successful one has left. Mm-hmm. And in order to defend the valor and honor of the gym that he left, right? It goes total old school. People have to go out.
I don't know, man. You're kind of right, but I thought it was tired when Rashad and Greg Jackson and Johnny Boney Joni were doing
and that was one of the biggest pay-per-views of Jones's career. Right. That was huge business. Rashad's feuds and fusses, Rashad versus Rampage, Rashad versus Jones, those are both big business.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
from a milk toast perspective, you have a situation where we're not talking about at the end of the day, are you going to care about this fight or his fights, or you care about him now as much or more than you care about John Boney Joni? We're talking about a situation where was your care level before all of this blew up, and where is it now? Now they're I mean, look at Joe Benavidez getting booed during the fight, and then after the fight he does not do it. Of course. I mean, I was falling asleep on it. I didn't know if it was the wine I was drinking or the fight, but I was like, oh, what's going on? So at the end of the day, now there's some kind of injection of interest. So how do you suggest that Urijah handle it, Eugene? Because you've mentioned how Urijah in the past, he knows everybody's name, and he's seen this nice guy, and hey, how things are going. Does this affect that currency?
Yeah, well, he's got to, I mean, obviously, we're going to congeal around the traditional roles, right? So I think Urijah, having been a good guy for so long, has to continue to be the good guy. And the prodigal son is, he's got to play the Rashad. They snuck around my back, these dirty snakes, and they pick up on the snake in the grass thing. These snakes in the grass, these guys can't be trusted. Is this who you want to put your money on? I gave that guy everything I started him. It's like if Burgess Meredith had stepped into the ring with Rocky,
And that would have been great. People would have paid to see that. Burgess had it coming with the chickens and the
Come on, Burgess Meredith, that's the Penguin.
Exactly.
Oh.
Uh-oh. What's that? Is that
a curveball. Eugene, before your fight, you have a hankering for some hot chili. So you go to chili night and eat some hot chili. Hours later, you fight, you get tapped out, and you poop your pants.
I don't want to be drawn into this poop conversation.
You get up
accidentally
spread your fecal matter throughout the octagon like an Anatolian boar with dysentery, marking the Trans-Caucasus frontier.
It was a cage.
Video footage of this unfortunate incident hits the internet. What do? You don't want to be drawn in, but you're drawn in, Eugene. What do you do?
You know what? Prince at one point said about his marriage, he said, I treat my marriage like I treat other things I don't like. I just make believe it never happened. That's a Prince quote. You can't go wrong acting like the poop thing never happened, because you put the other person in a position where they have to bring up the poop thing, and then you look at them and go, "What are you talking about?" So
those are dead pixels. It was dead pixels.
You could go the other way and start booking yourself in seminars. Poop guy.
Brown Bomber. They already call him the Brown Bomber. I mean,
I've avoided watching that clip. I don't see that clip. I mean, it was enough with the guy who farted at the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu thing, and the other guy vomited. I'm lost. I asked Dream Crusher Sorrow about that. He goes, yeah, you got to vomit. You vomit inside your gi. I go, hey, it's good to know. Otherwise, they stop the match. So you're inside the gi, and then you press it down and keep on going, you know? So, no, you got to, if you've ever been caught in a situation where you're doing something supremely humiliating, you'll find that the best thing is just to make believe it didn't happen.
How about you? How about you, Nate?
Wipe, wash off, and walk away, man. I think Eugene's right. I don't think there's anything you can build on it. I mean, there's interest in this, but you're not going to parlay this into any kind of internet celebrity. So
it's not like our girl with the double D's F cup, you know, chop off.
No,
there's no way. Dude Wipes? Maybe Dude Wipes is a sponsor?
No, nobody's going for that.
Oh.
No. Nobody's giving the poop guy any money. That's just.
And he lost, right? So I mean, what's
the whole
pooped out.
If you pooped and won.
Tim Sylvia did that once.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the question is, a better question is, does the guy who choked the shit out of him, does that guy build a career off of this?
I think he could. I think he has the shirts. I'll choke.
I think the stink is transitive, and it splashes on everybody that was in the cage that night. I think the whole state of West Virginia might have been damaged, actually.
Yeah, well, and that's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
What to damage West Virginia?
Yeah.
Speaking about damage and poop, in terms of being the shit, you're Sage Northcutt, the new golden boy.
Yeah, you just hit me all over the place.
You're high. I think I was inspired by the pooping guy, like just leaving it all over the place.
Everybody was.
Your hype train has begun.
Sage Northcutt.
Yes. How do you not become Sukajude or the next Roger Huerta or Huerta without offending your UFC overlords? Nate.
Just keep on doing what you're doing. You're 19 years old. My only advice to Sage Northcutt is be picky, picky, picky about the fights you take. They've got an investment in him. They want him to succeed, but it's incumbent on him and his team to be very selective about who. He's only 19 years old.
Right.
He hasn't been fighting very long. Treat this pony like the pedigreed racehorse it is. Take it very carefully. Fight guys who have, fight some gritty guys who aren't that good. Fight guys who have one skill but glaring weaknesses in other areas. Do not jump in there. That division is full of sharks that will happily beat his ass and stunt his career. So he needs to be very, very careful about how he brings himself along and not lose sight of the fact that he's ultimately got to win. Even though he's got this aura and this charisma around him, he's got to win fights or nobody cares. He could be Sergio Pettis in 6 months if he loses a fight.
Wow. What about you, Eugene?
Well, but you know how the UFC does it. They put Doug Crosby as one of the judges, Sal D'Amato. They put a sensitive Herb Dean in there. So if he gets one punch, oh my God, yeah, like with the Chad Mendes, Conor McGregor fight. There are lots of ways to grease the skids for the Northcutt train. And this is what I was saying on Knuckle Up. I was like, I did this imitation of Chris Weidman sitting at home going. Yeah. What? I'm chopped liver here. You know what? I'm not all American enough, and that's really, the bald one says to him, "No, you're not." What? I got the wife, I got the kids, I go to church. How come I'm not all American enough? Well, I hate to say it, Weidman, but you're not blonde. Well, but I'm good looking.
He's also East Coast. Nobody likes the East Coast.
Yeah.
Just from Katy, Texas.
Hey, wait a second. It's not so many lives were lost during that East Coast West Coast feud.
I'm starting an East Coast Third Coast feud.
We're all, we are all in the same gang.
Tell that to the Ghetto Boys.
There are many ways for Sage to blow it. And I'm rooting for every single one of those ways.
No. We want Sage to succeed.
I got to do what I got to do.
Well, what about Conor McGregor? He was the old golden boy of the UFC. Is there any does he need to protect his spot against this young buck, or what does he do?
Not at all. How many people are buying Sage tickets? No, nobody.
Not yet. Sage is years away from being a factor. Connor has made it. Sage is on the climb. Connor doesn't need to worry about Sage at all.
And all
Just
that
think about how
aw shucks stuff.
Right.
I mean, come on. Yeah, hey, Nate, I got a question for you, Nate. Does that shit even play in Texas?
Kind of, sort of, kind of. I mean, if the guy keeps getting first-round knockouts and doing front, standing 360-degree jumps, yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
At 215 pounds. I went to an ENT guy yesterday, a doctor, and the guy is like, on the BMI scale, I go, what, obese? He's like, well, it fits. What the fuck? Hey.
My shoes gonna fit upside your head.
Yeah, well, how much should I weigh? Well, you probably weigh 176. I go, you gotta be kidding me. I weighed 176 since I was 17. What are you talking about?
He was teaching disco lessons at Studio 54 when he weighed 176.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? Did I tell you I discovered why they let me into Studio 54?
Why is that?
I thought it was because I was like so cool and fly.
They thought you were a drug dealer?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, that you just now found that out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Eugene. White people always think the black guy's a drug dealer. Come on.
Yeah. Well, and that strangely enough, probably coincides with them stopping letting me in when they realized, oh, it's that guy who doesn't sell drugs.
It's of no use to us whatsoever.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Well, speaking about use, Eugene, you're Hillary Clinton. How can you contrast yourself to Bernie Sanders in next week's Democratic presidential debate and beyond?
You know what? You know what?
Without employing the same sort of attacks that could boomerang to harm you.
You know what? This is. I'm really curious about the nature of the relationship between Bill and Hillary at this point, because it's like we've seen it before. We've seen like a supremely talented coach have a fighter who just is not, a Mark Coleman coaching Mark Kerr. What's going on? And then you dig a little deeper and you find out there's a good deal of personal animus driving this whole thing. I mean, yeah, you've even been helped over the wall. Kevin McCarthy has been caught saying, yeah, we're using this as a political, and you still can't get out of the pit.
She's been doing some great ads on that Benghazi stuff. They've been killing it with that. They've been putting out good ads putting that McCarthy stuff right back in his face.
Yeah, just now.
Well, he just said it last week. I mean,
other than that, it still feels like I'm talking, like I'm listening to Barney Fife. What do you think
about the Saturday Night Live thing?
I didn't watch Saturday Night Live. I stopped.
Does it? I mean, it's like, to me, it's not 1992. Bill on Arsenio Hall, that was something.
Lord.
It's 2015. Nobody wants to see presidential candidates on sitcoms. I don't give a fuck.
I think it was Huffington Post, Slate, or somebody said, "Can Hillary stop finally trying to be cool? Just stop it. Just stop. Yeah. She's listening. Just come out and say the Benghazi thing was bullshit from the beginning. I've given you access to every single thing I want. Now can we start playing like adults and just pull a Joseph McCarthy? Have you no decency, sir? Lay that shit to bed and move on. It's the fumbling, bumbling, stuttering, muttering missteps that make people kind of go, oh my God, just like Jeb Bush is, I mean, we don't like people to fuck up because, subconsciously we're fucking up. So it's like, oh God, there's a shooting in Oregon. Oh, hey, stuff happens. I was taken out of context. Well, what I meant was, my brother is going to be my campaign.
How about Ben Carson? Ben Carson, they should have just charged him. If I had been there, we would have done this and done that. It's like,
that was a 100-foot cliff dive into total fucking stupidity. However, some people will believe, well, we just had those Americans on the train.
Right.
Trust those guys. So
yeah, those are 3 military veterans in a very crowded circumstance with a guy with a jammed gun. The one guy who was a fighter and a military veteran who did charge the shooter in Oregon got shot 7 times.
Yep.
I mean, people tried the Carson game plan, and he might have saved some lives doing that, and we applaud his sacrifice and bravery. But if you're in that situation and you do that, great, good for you. If you're not in that situation, shut the fuck up. You don't know hypothetically. I would have done this. Then I would have grabbed the baby with one hand and blocked the bullet. It would have been 1,000,000 to 1 shot, but boy, it would have been I mean, shut up, dude. People died, and it's just disrespectful and gross.
Yep. Well, no, I've not been a fan of Carson. I tried to get him to consent to an interview, and he naturally he's
Gosh,
wiser ain't.
let the guy perform brain surgery on me. That's how little I respect him as a presidential candidate.
Well,
But he's still.
I tell you, it's like that time that fucking Borman had a toothache in Argentina, and they said, Mengele's here.
You told the same story last
Get
week.
out of here! Nobody else is going to put Nazis in the mix. I got to use what I got.
So there we go. We have a Nazi reference, and we've accomplished something. So let's move on to Jeb Bush. You talked about Carson. Carson is ahead of Jeb Bush. He was the front-running Republican candidate before outsiders Trump, Carson, and Carly took the party from him. People are calling for him to quit. How does he win back his nomination?
Jeb?
Yes.
Jeb just needs to snuff it. There's no, when you're bringing back W to campaign for you in South Carolina, you're just tying an anvil around your neck. He needs to give it up. Give it up. It's over.
Yep.
Well,
Rick Perry, is lonely. Needs somebody to hang with.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of South Carolina to hang with people, you're Al Roker. You shot a selfie wearing a big old Kool-Aid smile in front of a crashed car in South Carolina. People are outraged. How do you win back America?
I haven't even heard this.
Yeah, he has this photograph. There's like a crashed car in the background. The other people he's with actually were smiling cheesier smiles than him. And it's like, hey.
Al Roker's had a good ride, man, for way longer than anybody ever expected Al Roker to ride. So if I were Al Roker, I would go, fuck it, you got me. I'm a weatherman. I'm a multi-millionaire weatherman. I guess I'll just hang and count money,
If I was Al Roker, I'd be like, I didn't rape anybody. I'm retired. See ya. That's,
Yep.
selfies are not a crime.
Yep.
What about Tom Cruise? He wasn't present at his daughter's wedding. How can he convince the world he's a loving father despite his kerfuffle?
Well, he's already started. He's got the PR machinery going, saying it was a secret wedding. I can't, I can't show up for a fucking secret wedding. Yeah, I can't show up for things I don't know about. Half the divorced guys in America going like, yeah, maybe if Nicole had told him, he could have showed up. But,
and if he showed up, he would have ruined the whole secret, because of the paparazzi and everything else. He's like, I'm a security breach.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Once again, it's time for Eugene's Lost Battalion. So, Eugene.
You groaning at your own segment? You're not supposed to groan at your own segment.
Is Gus in the Lost Battalion?
Yes. Not only is he in the Lost Battalion, but like I said on Knuckle Up this week, he is the first casualty in the Lost Battalion. He's not only in the Lost Battalion, he is dead. He is dead. You could get out of the Lost Battalion, not if you're dead.
He can move up to heavyweight and fight Junior Dos Santos. He's back in it. The guy's 6'5". He can move up to heavyweight.
You're missing the point. He's not only dead because of the lack of possibility, he's dead because he's dead. There's no, you look in his eyes, man, whatever got broken, at the successive loss, what are we talking about now? We're talking about 3 fucking losses. Whatever was broken, and like Dream Crusher says, that shit is never going to get fixed, man. He was not, he fought a great fight. Yeah, when your opponent has to try to rally up the crowd to buoy your fucking spirits, Daniel Cormier's like, come on, buddy. It'll be okay. People are just, look, I've seen Ingmar Bergman films. I know about the Nordic temperament. This guy is done, man. He's never coming back.
Yeah. Ever. Eugene might be right. But there's paths he could pursue, but what's in his head?
He's going to fight Junior Dos Santos in heavyweight? What's going to happen? 2 Lost Battalion guys going at each other, but one's alive and one's dead.
I think if anything, Gus has shown the fact that he can put on a lot more entertaining fight. He can put on entertaining fights. He can be an entertaining partner in fights. But at the end of the day, you're right. In terms of what does that mean in terms of can he win the fights? No, but you are going to get your money's worth. when you watch him fight. I mean,
It
that's
was a split
the
decision.
only
He
value I can
very
see.
easily could have come away the winner in that fight. I mean, that fight
Yeah,
was
I mean,
very
he
close to
less
being a
back
draw.
running. I mean, just think about that. Like, if he just stopped turning his back and entirely running away, like just maybe 2 or 3 times, he could have. Anyway, so what about Rashad Evans?
Also, you got to realize you say
Rashad's
split
lost.
decision, like that mitigates his misery. I look at it, that split decision magnifies his misery because it tells him, in no uncertain terms, God hates you. You know, like you almost won the lottery. I got you, God. I see it. I got the clouds have cleared, and I see you sending me a message, and this is the message I'm getting from God.
Is there a message from God to Rashad Evans?
He's well, see, the thing is, lost battalionage has to do with awareness. I think Rashad knows exactly where Rashad is right now.
You could see it all over his face throughout that entire fight. The first time Bader got the drop on him, he was like, I can't believe this white boy is beating me to the punch. He could not believe it. And then until his eyes swelled up.
At all. I'm not playing that card, buddy.
You know, that's my white privilege. I can play this.
Is the UFC light heavyweight division, without John Jones in the Lost Battalion? Yeah, an entire division. Can an entire division be in the Lost Battalion?
And what I would enjoy is John Jones going, you know what? I got an idea. How about this? So long, light heavyweight. And the guys at light heavyweight are like those guys who show up for dates with flowers and nobody's there, you know. It's like, and then he's, well, Rumble's going to say, well, you're ducking me. You're ducking you, buddy. You got a hard time making light heavyweight anyway. Just follow me to heavyweight. And then so Rumble does gain the weight, goes, fuck it, he's right. I'm going to go to heavyweight. And he goes, great, now fight Travis Brown. You got to understand that Johnny Boney Joni is a #1 motherfucker. He's like, he doesn't give a fuck, and now he's free. Now he's free to be, what is it that Tyson said? You seem like a really nice guy, but you're really a fucking prick. Johnny Boney Joni is exactly where I always wanted him to be. Exactly where you should be when you're the greatest in the world. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't like it? Fuck you. Like when I won Grappler's Quest and they sent me my belt in the post office. The guy in the post office goes, "What's that?" I go, "Let me open it up and show you." And I open it up and everybody in the post office starts cheering. I'm like, "Ah!" And I put it on and I look at the guy in the post office. I said, if you have one, you understand. And if you don't have one, I don't care. And I walked out of the post office.
Oh.
Everybody in the post office hates you. But
they love me. They love me.
They love you.
Because I was a little guy who fought his way to the top. Now, John Jones can't say that, but really, at this point, I'm fucking with everybody. I'm just like that. A commenter suggested I'm just dropping bombs, or I'm making Rumble chase me. Once he chases me, I'm making him fight really tough guys. Fight Gio Dos Santos before you get. I'm calling every single shot because I gotta do something to keep my mind off of the things that could scuttle the whole ship in under 18 months.
Yep. He's got to stay on the straight and narrow, and trolling people and fucking with people is.
But it's also, you got to understand, 18 months is it's like a fictional deadline. Because if he says 18 months and he stays out of trouble for 18 months, but in the 20th month he fucks up, you don't think when they go to court they don't look at what you did before?
Yeah. He's got to keep clean basically in perpetuity, right?
Yep.
From here on out.
As long as he's going to fight, that's pretty much the deal. No Sonny listenage here.
No. We done a show, Alexi? We done?
Yes.
What's going on? All right. That's it. All right. So give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube. Subscribe to MMA Nation on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter @KidNate, @Eugene S. Robinson, @Alexi Auld. Spell it, Alexi.
ALEXEIAULD.
See, it's not old, O-L-D. It's A-U-L-D.
It's pronounced old. Yeah, it's the Scottish old. Like old lang syne, right? Should old acquaintance be forgot?
Exactly. You can read me on BloodyElbow.com. You can read Eugene at Aussie.com. Sometimes Vices Fightlands. Alexi, you got a site to plug?
Yes, AlexiOld.com or oldsolutions.com.
Nice.
uses consulting services, the whole bit. We'll be
Yes.
back. There's no MMA this weekend, but Eugene will have Knuckle Up on Monday regardless, and we'll be back next week with more If I Did It and MMA three-way, because, again, we have 2 weeks off from the UFC, so we'll struggle through, although Golovkin is fighting in boxing, and that
I got a fight coming up myself.
Oh, yeah? What are we grappling again?
U.S. Open, baby. U.S. Open. Of course, I sat there in front of the application last night, and I got tricked in the same way I always get tricked. It's that box that says, if there's nobody in your age category, fight other age groupings. I'm like, okay. All right, sure. And then the second question they hit you with, if there's nobody in your weight category, will you fight upper weight group? I'm like, okay, last time I did that at the U.S. Open, I got a second place. I got beat by a 25-year-old kid who weighed 245. Guess what? He's now 26 and he weighs 245.
He's waiting for you, Eugene.
What happened to Master 2, 3, 4, 5?
You need to bring in your own opposition, man. Can't you find some old dudes that are slightly smaller than you?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Kind of like Jackie Wright was to Benny Hill, so I could kind of get him with this thing and then.
All right.
There you go.
All right, that's our show. So, adios, MMA aficionados. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Later.